The tri-beam laser rifle absolutely sucks, and today I'll prove it as I desperately try to secure a win with this weapon. You may think it's called tri-beam because of the triple laser, but nay, it's 3 shots and the thing starts to overheat. Well, here's how my games went. I hadn't seen a Victory Royale screen for nearly 100 matches, so I was hungry for that win, and where better to land than Pleasant Pizza to satiate that hunger. Oh wait, Pleasant Piazza. Well, there was nothing pleasant about what happened here as I scoured the place for the tri-beam laser rifle, even gambling at the vending machine before getting scammed with stinky poo-poo fish. But my teammate was in trouble and I lunged through the building to get to him, and 3 things became clear. 1 was that I can't jump over a 6-inch wall. 2, the big bosses of the map were in town, and 3, other players were lurking nearby. Being a professional coward, I used the shockwave grenade to escape.
Okay.
I am amazing at this game if you didn't know already. Healed up inside a house, hoping that the other teams would turn on each other using the old out of sight, out of mind strategy, and it paid off. Glorious scattered loot indicated that the fight was over, but remembering we'd knocked a dumb little panda before, their teammate was likely still skulking around. Little did I realise that this enemy player would be one of my brethren. Not that my own teammate cared one bit. Rest easy, Donatello. More pizza for me! On the outskirts of town, still no tri-beam laser rifle. Some target practice would be found though, and not the kind that you'd feel good about. The kind that Fortnite stick in to convince you not to uninstall the game, but after this horrific display of aiming...
Do it! Wait!
If I was ever going to find this laser gun, we'd need a car, and a fast one. Surely the gas station would have what we needed? Well, found one, but we weren't really sure about the legroom, and my Fallout friend had just about given up on life. Back to Pizza Hut we went, and finally, the tri-beam laser gun was mine.
Rifle.
Gunfire nearby, and I was about to get my first real test with this super advanced future tech that no mere mortal could compete with. And just as I told you at the start of this video, this gun is absolute trash. This gun is a gift from the gods, a power unlike any other I'd ever known, and... No wait, it is still in fact trash, and the realization that I had gotten lucky had finally hit home, as well as the fact that perhaps I was using the wrong skin.
I'm just saying it's not my fault if I miss a target.
Nitro Fists give players the ability to travel great distances, one that we could no longer compete with unless we got a car. Borrowing an SUV from whoever was dumb enough to leave the keys in it, we surveyed the high ground and I gave the tri-beam laser gun... Oh, even the name sucks, man. Anyway, we gave it one more chance. I celebrated the predictable strafing of my enemy with a 360 no clue and began to deal with that souped up enemy car the only way I knew how, empty all the lasers into the bodywork until the gun overheated, and then fall off the edge of a cliff, of course. But it would be me who got the last laugh as I refused to give up on blasting that machine. So now what, eh? Oh, you got another car. Well, good for you! Through the Thunderdome, we found our first customers. Despite us putting in the work, someone else was trying to muscle in on our kill, and that was simply unacceptable. However, Optimus Prime took that so personally. I mean, he could have let it go, but no, in he jumped for a free ride, mercilessly firing at our poor SUV, so I decided that if anyone was going to destroy our car, it would be me. Overheated. At least he transformed into some ammo for wasting our time. That golden circle signaled another enemy nearby, perhaps Optimus Prime's wayward teammate, ready to be the next test subject for the 3-second useless gun. Yeah, I changed the name. Deal with it. Now we were the bosses of this lobby, a medallion each, and while it might have painted a literal target on our backs, we had so much loot that we felt confident enough to deal with anything that came our way. As we approached the grim gate, there was a mystery to solve. Another medallion waiting team nearby. An abandoned car on top of a bridge. No enemies in sight. They were obviously under the bridge. All we had to do was wait until they... Yes, that's right. My teammate jumped in and got beamed. All good, 1v2, and they had nitro fists. Now what? Well, I wasn't good enough to win a game by myself, so it was going to be both of us or none of us. Rescue plan initiated. All I had to do was drive through the waters until my enemies could... Okay, plan B, nitro fists. I needed to find a reboot van, but my enemies refused to let me escape. They chased and they chased. The sounds of a car behind me. I wasn't getting to the reboot van. That is, unless I dropped the medallion that revealed my location. Now, when they followed the transponder, they would arrive and no one would be there. I hid behind a rock to discover my fate. The enemies took the bait. Now the revive was back on the menu. But the storm closing gave us little time to prepare a comeback, and with medallions everywhere, I had to share what little I could to give my teammate a fighting chance. Now was the time for patience. We didn't need to get involved in any skirmishes. A good third party would bring us a small victory and all the loot we required, but my teammate couldn't care less and began firing. I tried to indicate the edge of the ring, but it was too late. No heals, no shields, and no more running away. Come on, 3-second useless gun. Don't let me down. Let me down, you piece of trash! What better way to start a match than in the place we just died 68 games ago in Grim Gate, where I already found the try-to-beam failure gun. We were jacked and ready to rock, and with a super sports car, this game felt like it was destined for great things. Perhaps even victory!
This needs to stop. Now!
If there was ever a moment that would make my new friend lose all respect for me, that was probably it. And we used alternative means of navigating the map until finally we found transport, and I relinquished command of the vehicle while my teammate earned my respect by driving straight to the Thunderdome, where a battle awaited us. At the time, it did not occur to me how many shots I took versus how many I actually hit, which is just as well, because... Anyway, we went for the IQ 9000 flank, and there was no chance that those fools on the bridge would be ready for us, unless of course they had the gift of sight, which unfortunately they did. The wannabe beam gun failed me again, and I was out of options. Healed behind a corner, knowing fine well my teammate would take care of business, and her getting knocked business was booming. Welcome! The bond of friendship was now surely sealed as Akami Kurenai. Perfectly pronounced, I'm sure you'll agree, but for the sake of the many Western ears, we're going to call her Kurenai, Karen. Yeah, that's the one. As you can see, at this point in the game, we were happy to be alive. But despite Karen's generosity of believing me worthy enough to hold the sacred medallion, I was done being a walking GPS target, so if she wanted it, she was welcome to it. With us gathering momentum, I felt my driver's confidence return, which of course meant that no tree on this island was safe. And then I set about doing what I do best while making supposedly a video on a tri-laser beam gun rifle thing. Remember just how useless it is and engage in copious amounts of roadkill. We then proceeded northward bound, where I continued to prove why I am the best driver in this team before passing by Grim Gate once more, this time avoiding turning our car into a submarine, and it was just as well because enemies were nearby, one of them wielding a medallion. While the roadkill strategy was fun, it was also an extremely cheap tactic, and if there were no nitro fists around, the toy laser trifle could come out to play once again. Ever get that feeling that someone's aiming at you? You know, you can't quite place the sensation, but you're pretty sure that maybe there's someone firing an explosive crossbow doom bolt where you're just not 100% sure. Come on, Karen, time to go! Whoops, definitely the other guy's fault. He nudged me, alright? Despite getting a safe distance away from all the chaos, I still couldn't shake the feeling that I was getting shot at. Okay, this was getting annoying and the nitro fists had to come out. 2 teams here at least, and Karen was ruthlessly meleeed. I had the high ground, sure, and hiding might have been the play, but I had other plans. She might have been downed, but she wasn't out. I put my crossbow to work. But the explosion did not go unnoticed, and the pressure was on. Underneath my feet, I felt the foundations shake. A driver below was trying to demolish this entire house. I needed to stop them right here, right now, which is when I chose the wrong place to stand. Cowering at the cliffside, I knew if they pushed here, it was over. But they never came. We still had a chance, and I stealthily crept around to Karen's card. Those enemies were probably too busy to see that I was reviving my teammate right in front of their noses, but apparently they were gifted with a sense of smell and descended upon us like a thunderstorm. It was all but over, and I waited for them to roll right over my teammate. Karen carefully scavenged the house while predators hovered nearby, scouring for any trace of a living soul, but using invisibility tactics that would make Drax the Destroyer proud, she endured, and when the time was right, made a break for it. I was back. A third visit to the Grim Gate? Was this Providence? Then, just as we were leaving, the triplet cream phaser gun popped out of a chest. We were in the end game now, and this time, patience would have to prevail or we'd be getting third-partied. 3 teams left, 5 players. We cautiously moved to a better position. Then 5 became 4. Meaning this was the final battle, a 2 versus 2. And in they came. Stupid stormtrooper laser pooper rifle! Somehow we endured, but not because of the laser rifle, but because those nitro fists are the dumbest OP thing that were ever added to this game, but so long as they keep spawning them, I'll keep using them. What are you waiting for? Go watch more of my videos and learn how not to play this game, will you?